My hair just didn't want to cooperate. Well, we shall see if we get anybody. But hello, my lovely little Titans. I hope you guys had a great week. Hello, Sharose. By the way, I love the new profile pic. Mm-hmm. I'm good. How are you? What have you been up to? I'm good. I'm sorry. What's KCon, if you don't mind my asking? There's too many cons. I don't know all of them. I know the bigger ones, I guess. Comic-Con, obviously. And for anime, I think the biggest one I know is MomoCon, which is the one I think that happens in Georgia, if I'm right, because it's peaches. Momo is peaches in Japanese. Which means a little monkey thing in Avatar. And Avatar Last Airbender is named Peaches, which is funny and adorable. Nice. Very nice. I'm guessing it's a little pricey. Oh, nice. That'd be cool. I mean, I don't know any other than BTS, but everybody knows BTS. Other than them, I don't really know anybody in the K-pop community. So it would be kind of pointless. But I think if you get a chance to go, that'd be awesome. Today is Saturday, right? My time is all messed up right now because I keep thinking for some reason today is Sunday. Like, why am I thinking today is Sunday? Why would I think today is Sunday? I don't understand. The fact that it is happening today and tomorrow, but I have school Monday. But I mean, why does it matter that you have school on Monday? I mean, it happens today and tomorrow, which obviously you don't have school either of those days. Unless it would be too much of a trip to go to LA for you. Then I can understand maybe. But, you'll probably get the chance to go someday. I think it's too much of a trip. I'm not really prepared. Oh, fair enough. No, you're not ranting at all. Like, I haven't really done much of anything. I had training this week for my new job, and that ended, well, technically today, but I called out because I was not feeling good at all today. Like, it got better about this afternoon. I took a small nap and some Excedrin, and that seemed to help me get over it. But God, I was not feeling good from like 5 o'clock this morning on. But yeah, and yeah, I haven't done much of anything, which I feel bad because I really haven't done much. I'm like, as far as stories and videos go, nope, haven't done much of anything. I've tried to write, but it's always for something other than what I should be writing. And then for videos, I've lost my cord that connects my phone to my computer, and I have to wait and see if my husband can find one that we can use. I think there might be one in our car, but it's just one of those things you just forget. You forget until you need it, and then right after you need it, you forget again because it didn't happen right away. So yeah, that's fun. Did anybody see the article that came out where where they confirmed what everybody knew about that scene with Mikasa confessing, like in a roundabout way to Aaron that she was in love with him? Did anybody see that? I'm like, yeah, we all know. We don't care. We don't want them together. We all knew what was going on. We all know, like, it was end game, I guess. Doesn't mean we're happy about it. Doesn't mean we want it. So why are you coming out and saying, oh yes, it's been confirmed? Like, yes, even Isayama confirmed it. So we don't need you psychoanalyzing this or going through the scripts, the leaked scripts or anything. We don't need that. But people are going to do what people do best, which is rub it in. Are we supposed to celebrate that they're together? I don't know. I don't. I still think they're toxic AF. Again, great. They confessed to each other. Like, they still didn't do anything about it. It still didn't keep Aaron from going all psycho. It still didn't change the outcome. So why does it matter? You guys can have whatever you want. We can have subtext wherever we want. You don't have to, it doesn't have to, be out there for everybody. Hello, Angel. Hello, Wolf. Sorry. You caught me mid rant. So sorry. But yes, pretty good week. Just a lot of training and work. And no, thank you. I was just going on about how there's an article that came out confirming that Mikasa and Aaron did confess in that one scene from Marley. And yeah, just like, what was the point? If you've read the manga, you know there's another scene, well, several other scenes where this is implied. Like, why does it matter? Why does it matter that they came out and said, oh, this is how it was? Why? Why does it matter at all? It doesn't change the ending. It doesn't change anything, which is unfortunate. Again, I wonder if they had confessed or if Aaron confessed Lima when things have turned out differently. But things have turned out differently if, anybody gave Aaron 2 minutes of undivided attention. Because that boy ran for a second, like, first time, like, when opportunity showed it, when nobody's eyes were on him, that boy ran. That boy ran far. And then did everything we saw. Yeah. I think they're just trying to make me cuss. Maybe, since they aren't the winning ship in the western part of the world. Apparently, from what I've seen, in Japan, people ship Aaron and Mikasa hardcore. In the western civilization, so everybody else that isn't, Yeah, that isn't Japan ships Aaron and Levi. I'm like, well, it can't be, too much subtext if the rest of the world is shipping them one way and only some part of the world is shipping them the other way. Well, that's good, Angel. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad that got resolved for you. Right? Like, it can't be subtext. It honestly can't be subtext if the rest of the world is shipping them and then, like, only as, like, decent portion, but not all of them, shipping another way. Like, come on, guys. Let's be realistic here. If we were going for votes for majority rules, we all know it would have been Aaron and Levi as endgame. That would have been an interesting twist. If Isayama had let the fans vote, oh my god, that would have been insane. Can you imagine how flooded that poll would have been? Like, who does Aaron end up with? With Levi or me? Because, oh my god, it would have been insane. And then you would have had the smartasses that would have put in other category that would have been like Historia or Armin or Jean or whoever wasn't those two options. But oh my god, that would have been great. Man, I wish he had done that instead of just gone for Mikasa. I'm pretty sure he didn't even care. Like, Isayama didn't care who Aaron ended up with. Because, like we've all known, they were why Sean. I don't know. People shipped them for some weird reason. I haven't figured that out. Probably the whole rival thing. But their rivalry is true rivalry. There's no sexual tension there. It's not like Elle and Light. There was far more there than just a rivalry. It was far more intense. There's no, yeah, exactly. It's not, and I mean, it dulls from outright hate to just kind of spiteful behavior. Like, they're just petty with each other after a while, and then Aaron pulls his bullshit, and yeah, any friendship that could have gone from there is gone, just gone. That's the part I hate. It's like, there could have been a better way to end the series. There could have been a better way for Aaron to go about doing what he did. And it just completely obliterated all progress he made with any characters, any character development he had. It just was like dropping a nuke in the middle of anything that was being created. And it was all pointless. He could have been with Levi. I know. That would have been, again, much. Did you mean Hanji and Levi? Sorry. It's the only person I know in Attack on Titan with any. And I can see people shipping Hanji and Levi, but at the same time, I'm like, Levi probably would have sliced Hanji's head off years ago, if not for the fact that I guess they tolerate each other enough. And I could maybe see them getting a marriage of convenience or just comfort because, if things with Hanji had gone differently, I could have seen that. Just, they're like, well, we're the only ones left. We might as well. Hanji lost Moblet. Levi lost Aaron. Yeah, I could have seen that. Like, they just did it for comfort or whatever, but I don't see them actually, like, having any love between them. They're just... No. Yeah, they're more like siblings. Yeah, Hanji and Levi are much more like siblings than anything else. I could honestly believe them being like just like low-key best friends over them being any kind of lover of any sort. Yes, Hanji died. Spoilers. Yes. Hanji sadly died in the last couple chapters of the manga, and Moblet died a whole arc before, which was sad, very sad. Whole couple arcs before the end, when they were retaking Walmaria, he he sacrificed himself to save Hanji. So, I'm again fairly certain that had Moblet lived, he and Hanji would have ended up together. And if things had been written better, Levi would have ended up with Aaron. But again, I could see, Hanji and Moblet should have. Aaron with Horse. No. Aaron with Sean. No. They'd kill each other. They would do it just to, it would be like a Mr. and Mrs. Smith kind of thing, but both of them would end up dead in like 2 seconds. Like there would be no question. They just gunshots to the head, both of them, like no questions. And then people walk in and go, "What? What? We turned our backs for a minute, less than a minute." And yeah, that would have been them. At any point in the series, except like the last couple of episodes that they showed before the whole Marley arc. First Potato Girl, no, yeah. Potato Girl was that was pointless. But apparently, I've said this before. Isayama wanted to kill Hanji off years ago, or not Hanji, Sasha off years ago, but his editors wouldn't let him, so that he saw the opportunity and took it with both hands. But yeah, back to my original point about I don't even think Isayama gave any thought to who anybody would end up with because he all saw them as dying anyway, except Armin. Armin was the only one supposed to live. Everybody else would have been gone. Who should Sasha gone? I always kind of paired her with Connie. I thought they were great together. They were hilarious. Yep, Wolf got me. Queen with Connie. Yeah, Connie would have been ideal. And then for Jean, like I don't hate the Jean Marco thing. That one was cute. So I mean, if Marco had lived, obviously Marco, but I mean, I don't hate him with Mikasa either. I think he's a lot better for her, to be perfectly honest, and not for the obvious reasons of he's not a homicidal maniac. He didn't commit genocide. Like no. I just feel like personality wise, Mikasa, for all her calm exterior, she's a very intense person. Like she's a very intense person. She feels intense. She does things to the extreme. Like she's a very intense person. And John is a very calming presence. If you haven't noticed throughout the series, he's like the voice of reason. He brings all of them he grounds them all in a way they don't even realize. And I feel like that for her is a lot better than Eren, who's psychotic levels of chaos energy. Like even before the whole rumbling thing, that boy was off the charts. But see, when he was with Levi Levi was the one, in charge of him, he was a lot calmer. He made his decision making was better. He didn't act as rashly as when he was without Levi. So Levi's, very calculated way of looking at the world, very calm, collected way of working, balanced out Eren's chaotic energy. But then Eren's chaotic energy also made Levi spring into action more. He took initiative far more often. He didn't just kind of be blasé about everything anymore. He felt things. He could feel again. That's why I like them. And then with Mikasa and Jean, when they're together, very rarely in the series, but when they're together, it's, you can see it. Like she doesn't, like she's calmer. She just has everything just seems to relax for her when he's around. And I feel like that in her life was much more needed than Eren. And yeah, so people who ship Eren and Mikasa obviously don't see kind of the undertones of their differing personalities to the point that they are bad for each other, even on a fundamental level. Like, yeah, they look cute together. Yeah, it's romantic. The whole childhood friend, sweetheart, whatever. No, their personalities are too different, too opposing. Even though they sound similar, they're way too opposing. Way too much. What do you want to say, Tech? The fact that Connie was with Sasha. Yeah, that was terrible. What do you think would have been if Eren saved? If Eren had managed to save Squad Levi, I think they would have still merged Eren's group with the new squad. I think it would have worked in like a sub energy. Oh my god, babe. I guess. I don't know. But I think if Squad Levi, the OG one had lived, I think it would have functioned with the newer guys, like a dysfunctional functional family. Like they all would have been, it would have been like a family. It really would have been like a cohesive family unit. And no, I don't think Petra would have been mom. I think Petra would have been like older sister, like trouble. Because as nice as she liked to come off as, she was troublesome. She was a meddling little shit. Because, she told Aaron right off, hey, Levi joined because Erwin dragged him kicking and screaming here. Like, who says that about somebody they're supposed to respect? No, I think Petra would have been a big sister to all of them, which would have been awesome to see. Ola would have been like that annoying older brother that just they knock down like they just take every pot shot they can at him, and it's great. And then Eld and Gunther, I think, would have been like the parents. Because I don't know. I see them as more parental figure. Just from how they acted and treated Aaron, I saw them more like in the parental figure role. So that would have been cool to see them interact with the younger kids, the younger squad, and see them be like, don't do this. You got to do this. You got to. Yeah, I would have loved to see that. And then Levi would have been Levi, and that wouldn't have changed at all. Imagine if Levi Little Squad and they. No, I would have gagged. I would have gagged. Like the fact they even imply, and here's the thing, they only implied Petra and Levi in the anime. It was never even in the manga. I know, I made sure because I remember reading that somewhere, like that the anime was very different in some respects to the manga, and that was one of them was Petra and Levi never had a thing. There wasn't even an implication. And you go and you read the manga, and there isn't. There was the interaction with her dad, but he said that she wrote to say that she wanted to dedicate her life to the Scouts and to Squad Levi, and that she respected Levi as a captain and a soldier. And her dad was kind of joking and said she's too young to get married. It's like leading up to that point, there was nothing that could have indicated that Petra and Levi were to get like even mildly interested in each other. So that was in the anime. That was all anime. They did that for whatever freaking reason. I don't know. Maybe because she's the only other short person in the whole damn scouting regiment. Like, no, that wouldn't have worked. Especially not after Aaron came onto the picture. That would, like, even if Levi and Petra had, if the second Aaron came in, Levi would have walked in his direction and left Petra behind. Like, we all know that would have happened instantly. I never thought in my life I'd see a visual echo in here. Funny, babe. I know you're watching it in the other room. I know, but if that would have happened, I would have been so mad. Like I said, I would have, no. I may have stopped watching the series, to be honest with you. I only really started watching it because somebody got me introduced to the Aaron Levi ship, and I'm like, oh, this really works. I wonder what the show's like. And then I watched the show, and I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. And then I was like, oh, wow, I do support this ship. I can see what people are talking about here. And then everybody was, God, that was such a simpler time. When the only goal was to get to the ocean and to eliminate the Titans. When that was the only goal. And then we had to get everything else. Then we had to complicate further. Simpler times. Such a simpler time. And I have you on my phone so I can comment the TV the second button. Nice. I don't remember why I started watching Attack on Titan. Fair. Yeah, I was interested. I was gonna watch it. A friend of mine, pen pal kind of friend of mine, persuaded me to read some Aaron Levi ships, and I like ship fix, and I did. I thought they were good. So I'm like, okay. Obviously, the fandom isn't as toxic anymore. It's been a few years. The show isn't that new. New season's coming out. Let's go ahead and watch it. I watched season 1 and season 2. Fell absolutely in love. Bought all the manga up until that point. Binge season 3. We watched that one repeatedly because... No, season 3 is the one that came out right before. Sorry. I get season 1 and season 2 confused because I think season 1 is when they're going up until Annie, and then season 2 is Annie. I forget season 1 was hella long. Okay, no, I binged season 2 and watched it repeatedly because I loved that season. God, that season was amazing. God, I wish I could go back and watch it again for the first time. It was really good. I wish I could watch Attack on Titan again for the first time. It was really good. Not knowing any of this information. Not being unhappy knowing that it won't end happily ever after. Because, goddamn it, they deserve happiness. They all deserve happiness. They're not going to. Nice. And yeah, just God, yeah. Fun times. The show gives me feelings, and it's just not good feelings. I understand the show is going to end the way it's going to end. Like, there's no stopping that. Doesn't mean I have to be happy about it. But it also doesn't mean that people have to rub the fact that Mikasa and Eren ended up together in my face, because I still call bullshit. I still say that some editor told Isayama they end up together or something, because that just, it felt so out of nowhere. They won't went through hell and deserve to be happy. Exactly. But it felt, again, the whole Mikasa Eren thing just felt so out of left field, just so weird. It just felt so strange and so weird, and I still can't get behind. Like, even logically, even if I was like, okay, whatever, they get, even logically, I couldn't agree with them as a ship, because again, fundamentally, they're so different, and they just do not meld together. She's so intense and overbearing and all of these things, and he is none of those. He is not one to be, told what to do, oppressed, if you want to say, go that far. He's not that kind of person, and yet you paired him up with the person who is oppressive and overbearing and just a constant heavy presence. Like, that makes no sense. You pair him up with somebody else who wants to be free like him, and that was Levi. Of all of them, Levi was the one that matched his energy in more ways than one, matched his dream of being free. Like, everything about Levi fundamentally makes more sense for Eren than Mikasa does, and yet they forced it, and it just feels so weird. Like, even their interactions in later seasons are just so mechanical, I guess. Like, they were told these people are going to end up together, so now we have to try to make it happen, even though it wasn't going anywhere near that direction. Mikasa's controlling, very controlling, yes. And if Eren's mom had lived, if future Eren, I guess, if you want to call him that, hadn't done what he did, yeah, Eren would definitely be in a different place. That's why he did that. He knows if his mom had lived, things would have turned out differently, and the rumbling never would have happened. But that's why he had to kill his mom, which is fucking messed up to say, but he did. And I don't, spoilers at this point. Like, guys, I'm sorry, but it's out on there. It's out there on the internet. If you just put a few keywords into YouTube, you'll find everything. But yeah, Eren had his mom killed. Eren controlled Dina's Titan to make her eat Carla. And I'm pretty sure if he hadn't, Carla would have lived. They could have gotten her out. But he knew Carla's influence would have made him not do the rumbling. And for some reason, rumbling was always endgame. So he had to make sure that never happened. That's so funny. That's cute. So yeah, Shar, I completely agree. I think if Carla had lived, yeah, shit would have gone differently. And Eren knew that too. Eren could have saved his mom, but he killed her. He could have married me. Wait. Eren is very messed up. Eren is very messed up. Like I said, you watch him and Zeke travel through time and all this shit, and you realize Eren is terrible. Like, 19-year-old Eren is terrible. Is absolutely horrible. And he knew all certain things would, like, because he had the Attack Titan foresight deal. He knew all these things would influence it. He knew certain things would make him not do the rumbling, which would, I guess, cause, I don't know, some kind of world war, I guess. I don't know. But he did all these things to get to the rumbling and to kill. It was basically I'm going to hurt them before they can hurt us kind of deal. It's like one of those, I'm going to get him before he gets me. It's like, we don't know how things could have played out, because he was just looking, I feel like he was very close-minded. Like, he had all that foresight. He didn't even try to look for something that was a more peaceful route. And if he did, he probably ignored every single one, because he was like, nope, this definitely won't work long-term. We're going to do this. This will work immediately. Aaron being rash again. Aaron being the suicidal bastard again. So we end up with what we end up with. And he knew that. And he made sure that anybody that could have stopped him, that could have talked him out of it, was gone. Because Carla could have talked him out of it for sure if she had lived. If she had lived, things would have been different. Maybe he didn't join the scouting regiment at that age, when he was 12. Maybe he waited until he was a little older. I don't know. Maybe he did, and when he became humanity's last hope, humanity's greatest hope, whatever you want to call him, maybe Carla did or said something or got involved in something or gave them the keys to Grisha's basement sooner, done something that changed the course of history. And he was like, nope, we can't have that. So he killed her off. He made sure certain other people didn't live. Like, he made sure that his dad knew everything to get him to that point. So he technically killed his dad too. Yeah, because he told Aaron Kruger to tell Grisha the whole plan, and Grisha was meant to enact it, and Aaron made sure he did. So he technically killed his parents in different ways. And then he backstabbed Zeke, which was terrible. I don't agree with Zeke's plan either, but holy crap, it was like his backstab to Zeke was messed up too. And he made sure he never spoke to Levi after the airship at all. Levi kicked him in the face and was pissed at him, and they never spoke again. That was their last interaction. He made sure of it. You can tell he made sure of it. Did always wonder how the Titan found his mom under all that rubble. Is they attracted to large crowds? Yeah, that was all Aaron's doing to his own mother. But yeah, and then he made sure he didn't interact with Levi. His last interaction with Hanji ended with him basically telling her, fuck you, I'm going to do what I want. And he knew Hanji probably could have stopped him too. So any person that he knew would talk him out and stop, he made sure that he had no contact with after a point. He knew Armin and Mikasa couldn't talk him out of it. That's why he kept talking to them. They weren't going to change his mind. They were, for whatever reason, like half behind him, half not. Mikasa, for obvious reasons. Armin, because Armin was depresso espresso at that point. And yeah, after a point, you can see he only talks to certain people after a point because he knows they can't stop him. But certain people that he knows can stop him, he cut all contact with. That's how he recognized a threat, was he just cut all contact. He didn't give them the open opportunity. And yeah, he did a damn good job of it. He really made sure he couldn't talk. He didn't see Hanji again. He never saw Levi again. He did see Jean and Connie and Armin and Mikasa again in different ways in the paths. But he damn well made sure he didn't physically come into contact with a lot of people, which is really messed up. Aaron deserves death at this point. Well, we all know how the series ends. Levi could have saved him. He didn't. He could have. He knew that too. But unlike with his mom, he couldn't bring himself to kill Levi. Do with that what you will. But he couldn't bring himself to kill Levi or have somebody else kill him. He couldn't even get Zeke to do it. I'm sure Zeke would have been more than happy to. He tried several times, but that didn't work. I'm pretty sure Zeke recognized what kind of a threat Aaron was too. Espresso, if that's not a drink, it should be. Right? That's funny. I think the breaking point was Sasha's death. Probably. I think that was like the tipping point, the catalyst that just brought everything crashing down. And they realized, I think that was the moment the bubble burst for all of them when they realized they weren't going to make it out of this the same, or maybe not even entirely alive either. Like, look at them. Like, everybody else in the squad lived, but they're damaged beyond repair. Like, absolutely damaged beyond repair. There's no fixing any of them. Connie gets his mom back, great, but he lost Sasha. So he lost Sasha. Armin leads the peace groups, but he's completely changed by being the colossal titan. He's completely changed by what happened with Eren. He has to live with all that knowledge because Eren told him everything. I guarantee it. To tell everybody else. Mikasa is physically changed. Apparently, she now gets migraines because Eren broke her head. That's really loving, right? I want to talk to you on this time, so I'm going to break your skull. I'm going to totally rewire your brain. There we go. That was a drink. I'll drink it. Back, I realized emojis on YouTube, and now despite putting Chinese takeout, I found out I like to do custom ones for the tunes. Oh, decaf espresso. That just, yeah, that right there, decaf espresso sounds depressing. But yeah, I agree. I think Sasha was the tipping point. When she died, everything changed. And then we got plot armor Gabby. That chick had way too much plot armor. Like, she wasn't even a main character, and she had so much plot armor. If they didn't recruit her into the military after what happened, like after this shit happened, they were wasting that opportunity because she's a good shot. It was like she was replacing Sasha in that respect, but damn, that 10-year-old has some good plot armor. She'd still get wrecked by Pikachu. Yeah, Pikachu has more plot armor. Because he's a level 44 going up against gods with no issue. Like, I think Eren needs not only therapy, but to be in a hospital for a while, yeah. Yeah, that is depressing. Decaf coffee. Right. Nothing more sad than getting your coffee and realizing it's not going to be the upper you wanted. Yeah, that can, yeah. Oh, that's great. Oh, that's wonderful. I love this. But if you like, it's just so strange, like knowing all of this and going back and watching certain points in the series, and then watching the newer stuff, and you can just pick up on it, and you just see it a lot more clearly, and it makes the whole viewing experience horrible, very horrible. And then what's really messed up is, so they show, and I've seen this, they show Eren actually, like in earlier seasons, you see Eren, 19-year-old Eren, standing where his 10-year-old self is. You see him in the crowd of people when they're passing by on their horses. You see him standing in the background when the kids are talking to each other. Like, you see it. That's, if you, just knowing that this was set up from so long is crazy. And it just makes everything hard. It just makes everything worse. I'm not lying. I'm not. I've seen the pictures. I feel like he's about to go on to, you have to prove this to me now. Just go watch the first couple episodes of season 1. I think it's going to be episode 2 of season 1. And you can see it just fine. She's not lying. See? I can't show you on here, I don't think. Well, I mean, picture in picture, but I can't do the picture part. It's not going to let me do the picture part, I don't think. I don't have that set up. Oh, let me see. We're going to YouTube. Let's see. Okay, I'll do dubbed. I'm going to mute it too, guys, so you won't hear it. But it's not one you need to really hear. Oh man, Carla died episode 2. Where are we at here? Arguing. Grisha. Man, the MPs are such quads. Okay. Everybody. Okay. It's not the mouse. It's not the mouse of Mickey. We should. Levi isn't in his life. I don't see how it can be right. Okay. So I found it. If y'all want to go to season 1, episode 2, it's at the 1601 minute mark. You can see where the kids are standing talking to her. You can see a 19-year-old Aaron standing about 3 posts down from them. He's got his head down. He's wearing the outfit. You can tell it's him. Yes, Aaron did end up controlling Ymir. But yeah, if you go there, you can see it. Can I do picture here? Or is it gonna let me? Can y'all see that? I thought I could. Because I did picture. Can anybody see that? Because I've got it. I literally have it like right up in my upper right hand corner, like right here. Let's see if I can do it here. Picture. Can you let me do this? No, you're not going to let me do this, are you? Damn. But I'm going to copy the link for everybody. All right, there's a link. Everybody go watch it. Just jump to the 16-minute mark. Mini player. What does mini player do? Oh, that's what mini player does. I refuse. I will see it on Hulu after. It's on Netflix. Yeah, you guys do what you want. Do with it what you will. I just thought I'd provide it because that blew my mind when I saw people making those comparisons. I was like, this isn't good. I don't trust YouTube after all the editing videos we saw. Fair enough. But the only reason I do trust that. Oh God, what did it do? Oh God. Let me know if it doesn't work. Can somebody click on the link and at least let me know if it works? Because I clicked on it and it took me to a different site entirely. But I can re-find it again if needed. Yeah, I don't know why it did that. That was just so random and weird. Yes, it works. Okay, good. I just looked at episode 2 and I saw him. Mm-hmm. Okay, and the reason I trust this one, you can't, it's too bad quality. The quality is just really bad. Yeah, nobody's even in the comments, nobody's talking about seeing Aaron there. Oh, one person did. One person mentioned it. One person mentioned it out of all the comments, so. What the hell is this? Yes, it works. Not for me. He is blurry, but you can see him copyright. Oh no, you got blocked. Wolf, I'm so sorry. Like I said, it's on Hulu. Oh, well, it might be only on Hulu and Netflix in the US. Just look up and see where you can watch Attack on Titan. or if you have it on like disc or something, just go to season 1, episode 2, and go 16 minutes in, and you'll see Aaron in the background. But it's creepy AF to think that he was there the whole time, like that everything was planned that far in advance. Aaron is a real villain in the story, not the tank. Well, I mean, if we really want to get technical, I'd say King Fritz is kind of the real villain because of choices he made that, resulted in where we currently are. So I wouldn't say Aaron is the real villain. I would say Aaron is a victim of the real villain, which was King Fritz. I would argue King Fritz is the real villain, not Emir, not the pig. As funny as that sounds, no, I think it was King Fritz. He made the conscious decision for his 3 daughters to do what they did, and yeah, and that's how we ended up with all the Titans. So we can't blame Emir. We can't even blame the pig. It's King Fritz. I will stand by that 100%. And what's really messed up is, so Emir had her tongue removed because of being a slave or whatever. It grew back. We all know because of the healing factor of Titans, it probably grew back, but she never could talk. She never spoke, which I feel is terribly sad. Dude, don't. I don't need that kind of Inception thinking. I don't want to think of older versions of myself just sitting here watching me out. They're probably, like, if they are, she's probably shaking her head going, what the fuck? I shouldn't have done this. Like, why can't I just go interact and tell you what to do? Emir could have killed the king and become... She really should have, but she was... Okay, everybody talks about how the age difference between Levi and Aaron, right? 15 years, whatever. Does nobody want to talk about the fact that Fritz was probably 30 years older than Emir? And that she was a slave? And that she was, made his concubine because of her power? Nobody wants to talk about that, though. Nobody wants to talk about how messed up that one is. That one I will 100% say that is messed up. Because he full on took advantage of that situation. And but nobody wants to talk about that. Yeah, Emir had her tongue cut out. Apparently, it was a thing for slaves of the Eldian Empire to have their tongues removed once they were bought, or once they were enslaved. So she had no tongue for a long time. And then she got one because when she became a Titan shifter, everything healed. So of course she had her tongue back, but she could never speak. And I feel that's horrible. And I highly doubt anybody took the time to teach her. So think of that. She was only useful to anybody as a weapon, to the point they didn't even bother to teach her how to speak for real. It's like she made like grunts and noises and stuff, but nobody ever bothered to teach her to speak. That's just how disposable she was to them, which is really freaking sad. The age between the king and Emir is yes, it really is. But again, nobody wants to talk about that. Nobody wants to talk about that. Trying to think of your doppelganger. Oh God, no. Could her daughters speak? Yes, they could speak. They could speak. As far as I know. Because I believe they are the ones that the walls are named after. Sina, Maria, and Rose. The walls are named after the daughters of Emir. And I believe they became queens of some sort because they're kind of revered as goddesses in a way. So they they were treated better. At least I can say that. Probably not much better, but they were treated better. But I think it's messed up that they were children when they did what they did, and they were robbed of their lives. They were completely robbed of their lives because of the whole curse. They only got 13 years, and they were barely even older than 5, I think, when what happened to their mother happened. And by the way, look up, like, you don't have to do this now. You don't even have to do this at all. But look up a picture of Amir carrying her 3 daughters. Look at how small she is. Like, she doesn't even look like an adult when she's with her daughters. And it really trips you out, because you wonder how old Amir was when she became a Titan shifter. You wonder how old she was when Fritz took her, and you wonder how old she was when she had those 3 kids. Like, you wonder a lot of things, and yet people have the audacity to question and wonder about Levi and Aaron. At least with Levi and Aaron, it would have been a willing relationship. You couldn't have said it was coerced. With Emir and Fritz, there is nothing good about that relationship, and yet nobody talks about that one. I'm honestly stunned. And I guess maybe because everybody's just like, oh, it doesn't matter. Like, yes, it should matter. We should all put this into perspective, that Emir was a child. That's why she looks that young in the past, because she was that young. She probably wasn't much older than Aaron when he got there. Maybe, depending on how old she was when she became the Titan, the founding Titan, maybe just a little older. But it's still messed up when you think about it. Like, she was a child when all this happened. And yeah. So depending on a lot of things, like, she was, yeah. It's messed up. Like, at most, I think she was probably 12 or 13 when she became the founding Titan. So that means at 12 or 13, she became Fritz's concubine, which means probably by the time her life ended and she was 26, in that span, maybe 13 years, maybe not even, she had her daughters. It was, yeah. You think about that timeline in those 13 years, it's like, was she unable to have the children until a certain point? Or what? But it's still messed up that he even considered a child for himself. Like, and trust me, Emir was very open about her powers because she knew it would be helpful and useful. So she went right to him and showed him what she could do. So he took full advantage in more ways than one. Yeah, I was sorry. You realize a lot of things in hindsight, and you're just like, this is not good. This is not good. She could have run away. I really wish she had. I honestly wish that things had been different and that she was Empress the whole time. I really do wish she had controlled the Eldian Empire. I think that would have made a lot more sense. But, she had to be a victim that Aaron could exploit later. Because there is that moment when he says, lend me your power, I will... I understand what you're going through, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, you don't. Not really. But yeah, she had to be the victim he could exploit. What the hell is that? That's just that's probably just not reflecting. That is so weird. Like a light shining out there, right there. What the hell on? I gotta check this out real quick. Oh, nothing really out there that could be doing that, other than think it's that reflection. She really... Okay, thank you, babe. But yeah, she could have made better decisions, but again, she wasn't in the right mindset. Again, I have a feeling she was... Oh, yeah, thank you. It's one of those... It's one of my favorite Aki Bento shirts. It reminds me of my favorite painting, which is Starry Night by Van Gogh. So I love this one. My others are my Sword Art Online one, which is Kirito and Asuna with Yuri, whatever her name was, in the background. My Attack on Titan one, obviously. And I really like my Cells at Work one, which is all blue, and it has it has the different cells on it with their little anime representations on it. It's so cute. It's one of my favorites. I think I've ranted and raved about Ymir long enough. But no, Shar, I completely agree. She should have made better decisions, but she was a child. She was a literal child when all this happened. And I think it's really messed up that they took advantage of it. And nobody can go and say, well, she was small, blah, blah, blah. Like, because she's small, like, what, she thinks she's a different age. I think she really was a child, but nobody's going to talk about it because, that brings up all sorts of nastiness that we don't want to discuss. But yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she was a kid. Oh, God, yeah. Let me see something. Let me see if I can actually look at it. I put in a mirror. It doesn't even come up with anything for the Norse goddess. It's all Attack on Titan, which is funny. They don't even have her age listed. Like all slaves of the Eldian tribe, she had her tongue cut out when she was captured, though it may have regenerated after acquiring the power of the Titans. In posthumous illustrations depicting Ymir Fritz, she is shown as a young girl. You're ready for school to end. It hasn't even started yet. Oh, I'm so sorry. Don't do this to me. Yeah, nothing in here to suggest she wasn't a child when this all happened. Which is really messed up and really freaking sad. She does, like, they do show her as older, as an adult with her kids, but her eldest child looks to be like 8 or 10, like between 8 and 10. So done, like, please end. Oh God, I'm sorry. So Sheena was the youngest and Maria was the oldest. Yeah. Those kids don't look older than 10. And Emir was alive 13 years after she got the power, and she was probably 10 or 11 when she became the founding Titan. So yeah, she was maybe the most, maybe 14, 15 when she got with Fritz. So yeah, we're not gonna. Apparently, nobody wants to talk about that either. Called him a liar. That's funny. Alrighty, well, it is that time, my lovely little Titans. Thank you so much for joining me on this fun rant entirely about Attack on Titan for once. I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you all have a good week. Shar, good luck with school coming up. I'm sure you're going to do just fine. And I will talk to all of you very soon. Have a great night and a great week, everybody. Bye-bye.